With cultural exchanges becoming closer and richer, so mutual understanding and friendly feelings between the Chinese and African peoples are growing deeper. At 8 p.m. local time on January 11th, 2012, CCTV Africa was launched from Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Thus, China Central Television, through its first overseas broadcast center, became the first major international media organization to establish such a large-scale operation in Africa. CCTV Africa's team of 100 young professionals comprises chiefly local people.
A lot of news that we have about Kenya, about my homeland here in Kenya, is always in Western media. The stereotype about Africa is still about war, about conflict, about poverty, no houses, no electricity. But Africa today has really, really, really changed.
Non-governmental contact and cultural exchange between China and Africa are an important element in the bilateral relationship. Today's more open and confident China is embracing Africa. Helped by China, some 30 African countries now have media bureaus in China. Direct communication channels have been opened up and exchanges are becoming more frequent between news media, think tanks, academics, young people and women. In China, 2014 was designated the China-South Africa Year. Following the success of this initiative, in 2015, the South Africa-China Year was held, marking the first time China and an African country had organized such a major demonstration of mutual recognition. On December 4th, 2015, President Xi Jinping was present at the closing festivities in Johannesburg, along with South African President Jacob Zuma and other national leaders attending the summit of the China-Africa Cooperation Forum. China has, so far, set up cultural centers in 5 African countries. There are also 54 Confucius Institutes and 24 Confucius classrooms in 36 countries on the continent. In 2015, South Africa's Education Ministry published a syllabus for teaching Chinese as a second language in the country's schools. In the next 3 years, China will help build 5 more cultural centers and extend satellite TV transmission to 10,000 African villages. In addition, it will offer 2,000 academic degrees and 30,000 government scholarships, as well as training for as many as 200,000 young Africans. In tourism, visitor numbers between China and Africa reached 3.6 million in 2014 and have continued to rise. The number was made up of 3 million Chinese tourists to Africa and 600,000 Africans coming to China. Protecting the environment is the common responsibility of all the world's countries. Africa's unique natural landscapes inspire a longing for beautiful scenery. The attention paid to wildlife conservation by the Chinese government and its actions have won widespread recognition in the international community in recent years. On December 2nd, 2015, President Xi Jinping inspected a wildlife rescue center in Zimbabwe. His Zimbabwean counterpart, Robert Mugabe, presented China with a pair of lion cubs which, by the end of 2015, had been found a new home at Shanghai Wild Animal Park. Chinese society is supporting wildlife protection in Africa. Basketball star Yao Ming, movie star Jackie Chan, and other celebrities are very vocal in backing the cause.
没有买卖就没有杀害。
China is cracking down on the illegal trade in wildlife, ivory, and animal products. By taking urgent action against the illegal possession of ivory, the country has achieved remarkable success in halting its import and export. On his visit to Kenya in May 2014, Premier Li Keqiang visited a site commemorating the burning of ivory at Nairobi National Park. He announced a donation of $10 million to aid Africa's wildlife conservation effort, specifically the fight against illegal poaching and smuggling of ivory. The donation demonstrated the Chinese government's commitment to boosting wildlife conservation in Africa. In May 2015, as part of a campaign launched by the Chinese customs. 660 kilos of illegal ivory and ivory products were destroyed in Beijing. The action demonstrated the authorities' commitment to dealing severely with the illicit trade in ivory, wildlife and plants.